Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Net or Cloudflare stock, and I'm going to kind of give my views on this stock and where I think it could potentially be headed. So over this past year, this stock had a great run and it kind of made this 5-wave cycle higher here. Ever since then, for the past few months, we've kind of built out this ABC wave and this bull flag, and now I think you have a really good entry to get into the stock. This ABC wave played out a perfect measured move, and what I mean by that is this initial drop was 7 points, and then we had a drop 7 points below these highs here, so we had a measured move lower on this ABC wave. And now I think the stock has a lot of demand below, and it can actually head significantly higher. So usually when a stock retraces, especially after a 5-wave move higher or just a retrace in general, it's going to come into this 38.2% retracement before finding demand. That's going to be the most common place you're going to get on a retrace, is that 38.2% retracement. We came right into that level, bounced off of it, and now we're kind of breaking out of this bull flag. Sometimes you'll get a move to the 50% retracement, but usually that means that there's kind of a bit more overhead supply, and it's less likely that the stock will actually make new highs after that point. So now I think you have a decent entry where you can actually long below this kind of pivot breakdown we have back here. You can long against these pivots at around 35 a share. You could take a position here at 38. You're risking about 3 points. I think we could see as high as a 161.8% extension of this ABC wave. And that sits right above 50 a share. It's right around 51 a share. I know you can't see it on the chart, but it sits right at about 51 a share. So I think on a short-term basis, there's a good chance we see a push up to about 51. So right now, if you were to take a position at 38 and use that 35 level or that previous pivot as a stop loss, it's about 3 points for about 13 points. So you've got around a 1 to 4.5 risk reward in the trade. It's a pretty good risk reward. I think there's a really good chance we see this 161.8% extension of this kind of range we have here, at least on a short-term basis. On a long-term basis, I actually do think this could be the first wave in a 5-wave cycle higher, meaning that I think this stock could potentially go to 100 plus longer term. So even as a long-term entry, if you were looking to buy this stock for the long term, you could still take a position here, use this low here as your stop loss at 32, and then you could ride this higher, and I think there's actually a strong possibility that this stock kind of does make a 5-wave cycle to about 100 a share, or over that. The way I'd go around trading this personally is if I was to take a position here at 38, I would look to trim half into this 47.34 level. That's the 138.2% extension of this range. That's usually going to act as a short-term supply zone. So I would look to trim half into this 47 level and then kind of raise my stop to break even and then ride the rest to that 161.8% extension sitting right at about 51. Anyways, I think this is a great trade here. Beautiful setup, beautiful bull flag here, and it's actually starting to break out. And I think right now is giving you a great entry on this trade where you can use these previous pivots back here as your stop loss. And I think there's a really high chance we see about 51 a share again. I actually believe there's a lot of psychological demand below as well because we broke past this set of pivots we had back here. We actually ran stops when we broke below that level. So now you kind of have psychological demand below that's going to propel this stock higher, most likely to that 138 to 161.8% extension sitting above. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of my views on this stock. I think you have a great entry here. Great trade. I think there's a high chance we see about 51 a share. I would look to trim half into about 47.34. And yeah, that's kind of my views on this. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you out in some sort of way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.